Hey everybody, it's Josh. Welcome back to the Landlord Harassment Channel. Now, I hold on, let me adjust this here. As promised, this is going to be um tenant review, tenant satisfaction week here at the Landlord Harassment Channel, where I'm going to read a different review every day that a current or former tenant of Haverkamp Properties has to say about their experience with the place. So it's tenant review week. Now, before that, I want to get into a couple of announcements. Now, last week I announced that next week should be court week, where I post the entire court eviction hearing that I went through online for the whole world to hear. That should be next week. And then the week after that should be Todd Westenberg week, where I get into my emails and my communications with Todd Westenberg and stuff like that. Now, those 2 weeks might have to be reversed. So Todd Westenberg week might be next week, and the court hearing week might be the week after. Now, people are asking me if I'm going to have specifically a Brooke Farmer week, where I show various email exchanges and other communications between myself and Brooke Farmer. And the answer is yes, I'm going to do that. But that one's going to take a little bit more preparation, because that's more than just emails. There's video footage there that I have of Brooke Farmer when I went into her office and started recording her. There's just other things and other logistics that I have to get right, that I want to present properly, so that it makes like the most impact, but is still honest. You know what I'm saying? So, a Brooke Farmer week is coming up. I don't know how soon that week is coming. I wouldn't expect it here in July. Mid-August might be about right. And there's also going to be a Vinnie Linhart week, where I show some of the email exchanges that I've had with Vinnie Linhart. Vinnie Linhart was my manager for my first 7 years of my 8 years at Haverkamp Properties. And so we've had interactions, and I'm going to get into those when Vinnie Linhart week finally comes around. Now, so you're going to have Todd Westenberg week real soon. You're going to have the court hearing week real soon. And then, of course, Brooke Farmer week will come relatively soon, but not real soon. And Vinnie Linhart, kind of the same thing. That could be a month and a half, 2 months out yet. But it is going to come. Now, that said, let's get into Landlord Tenant Review Week, shall we? Let's see how Haverkamp's own tenants feel about how their experience with Haverkamp Properties. And today I'm just going to read 2 quick reviews. I'm going to say the first names of the people. Now, the last names are there. They're out in public for people to see. But I just don't want to say their last names, so I'm just not going to. But these are the reviews that you can find on Google. Now, this first guy, his name is Travis. He said, I lived in the efficiency apartments on the bottom floor. Well, so did I. He said, there's no soundproofing of any kind. Reduced hot water pressure in the winter to save their costs. Had 6 inspections in 1 year just so that they could come into the apartment. They do a lot of inspections. Now, personally, that never bothered me too much. It just bothered me that there was a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times you would get like a 1 or 2 day heads up about it. So that was pretty annoying. But other than that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I know it annoys a lot of people. Me, it was a minor hindrance. It wasn't something I was ever going to complain about. Anyway, he said that there were 6 inspections in 1 year just so that they could come into the apartment. Neighbors stole gas out of my vehicle. I paid $600 a month. Okay, so neighbors stealing gas, obviously not Haverkamp's fault. You know what I'm saying? They can't predict the future. But notice, no soundproofing of any kind. This is very true. Those walls are paper thin. You can hear everything that your immediate neighbors are doing. Everything. You hear dishes clanking when they're doing dishes. You know that little sound a fork makes when you kind of just drop it onto a counter? You can hear when somebody drops a fork onto a counter or a table. Like every sound that you could possibly make, no matter how innocuous, your next door neighbor can hear you doing it. They can also hear every word you say when you're having a phone conversation, even if you're talking in a normal or even somewhat hushed voice. So you can imagine what a pain in the butt it is when you have neighbors that really just don't care about how much noise they make, and they'll play loud music and stomp and pound and thump around and stuff like that. I mean, it's awful. It's awful. But let's get into another review here. This review is by a girl named Jenna. Jenna says, I was so excited to move here with my fiance in January, only to find out how incredibly obnoxious the upstairs neighbors can be. All I hear all day and every night, even during weekdays, is either dogs barking, loud vibrating music, people stomping around and being loud in general. We can't file a noise complaint because we are told to go through the police. It's honestly miserable to try and sleep or relax in my apartment. Now notice that we can't file a noise complaint because we are told to go to the police thing. That's what Haverkamp does. When you complain about upstairs noise coming from your neighbors, unless it's music, they're pretty good about shutting down music for whatever reason. But if it's anything else, if it's pounding, stomping, thumping, any other disturbing noise, Haverkamp will tell you there's nothing they can do about it and tell you to call the police. So this is why, Brooke was harassing me, Brooke Farmer, when she would treat me like the bad guy when I would try to handle things on my neighbors with my own, when I would leave them respectful notes asking them to knock off the noise and stuff. And then Brooke would treat me like the bad guy. But we'll get into that later this week. But just to let you know what a problem noise is in Haverkamp Properties, and especially in like Westtown where I was, it's pretty crazy. Like you said, you've got paper thin walls in the first place. I mean, you can hear people doing their bodily functions and everything. So when people are actually making real noise that would be disturbing anyway, it's 100 times worse than it would be somewhere else. And when you've got a landlord that won't let you even confront your neighbors about the noise, well, you've seen my past videos, right? You know how that goes. Anyway, I don't want to make today's video too long. I planned on this only being like a 5-minute video, and it's only going on 8 minutes. This is going to turn out to be, unfortunately, like a 10-minute video, if not longer. I'm going to post these reviews for everybody to see at the end of this video. I feel like I had something more to say before I cut this off. Oh, okay. So you're going to see these reviews at the end of this email. Here's something you guys need to know, and I've said this in other videos. There's not many of these negative reviews left. There used to be tons of them. Hundreds, well, maybe not hundreds, but at least 40, if not 50 different reviews saying the same basic stuff. But Haverkamp petitioned Google to use their AI to get all those reviews deleted. So now it's 90% positive reviews. So it's just bogus nonsense, really. And Google is no longer a free and open, website, as you guys know. Just like YouTube and Instagram, all these people have sold out. So anytime a big corporation asks them to do something, ask them to remove a review or whatever it is, they're just going to do it. Now, there's still a few negative reviews left because they don't even have people working on this. Google just has their AI system weeds this stuff out, and they can't weed it all out. So there's a few left. But the reason I'm telling you guys all this is this. I would love to know if somebody out there knows how to retrieve all those reviews that Google deleted about Haverkamp Properties. Because I'm telling you, there used to be a lot of them. And there's only like 10 left now. If somebody out there has the computer smarts to figure out how to do that, so that I can get my hands on those and just show you guys how many there really were, that'd be great. Don't do anything illegal. Use whatever internet tools are legally allowable for you to do so. But if you know how to do it within the limits of the law, and you're able to do it, let me know. I might even be willing to pay you for your services there. So I would very much appreciate that. But yeah, there used to be tons of these. At least 40, if not 50. And there were probably more that I just missed that Haverkamp petitioned Google to, take down. So there you go. Anyway, I'm going to cut it off today. Again, it's Tenant Satisfaction Week, Tenant Review Week here at the Landlord Harassment Channel. And tomorrow, I'm going to read you another review about tenants' experience at Haverkamp Properties. So there you go. Here's the proof of the reviews that I read you guys today. I'm going to post them on this video so you guys can see them. You can go check them out for yourselves after you see me post them. And that's all I got for you today, guys. I'll see you later.